In the frozen wilderness, where the wind howls through jagged peaks and snow blankets the ground, a silent tragedy unfolds. The vast, endless expanse of snow seems peaceful from a distance, but beneath the serene white surface, danger lurks. Here, life struggles to exist, and survival is a constant battle. Among this harsh landscape lives a mother snow leopard, her coat thick and beautiful, a predator that reigns over the frozen mountains. With her sharp claws and instinctive grace, she is the queen of her domain. But even she is not immune to the brutal forces of nature. The mother, with her cub by her side, has lived in the wild for several years. The bond between mother and cub is inseparable. Every lesson of survival, every hunting tactic, and every threat to their lives has been passed down from mother to child. Together, they roam the wilderness, navigating the snow-covered terrain with ease, but the elements can be unforgiving. One fateful day, the mother snow leopard ventures into an area she's familiar with, moving gracefully along the ice-covered cliffs that separate the lower valleys from the higher plateaus. Her cub, young and eager, follows her at a cautious distance, mimicking her steps with the innocence of youth. The cold air nips at their fur, but it's the routine of survival they are accustomed to. Their path is marked by the soft crunch of snow underfoot and the stillness of the wilderness around them. But just as the mother steps onto a narrow ice shelf, disaster strikes. The ice beneath her paws gives way, and before she can react, she is falling. The cub's eyes widen in horror as he watches his mother plummet into a deep, jagged crevasse. Her body crashes violently against the ice walls, her cry of pain echoed by the hollow silence of the abyss. The cub stands frozen at the edge, his heart racing as he hears his mother's desperate growls from below. His instincts scream for him to act, but fear paralyzes him. His tiny form trembles, his mind unable to process what he has just witnessed. The deep abyss where his mother now lies seems impossibly far, and his own small body feels incapable of navigating this harsh terrain. Yet the bond they share is unbreakable, and deep within, a flicker of determination stirs. The cub turns away from the edge and bolts into the snowstorm. His body is small and fragile against the fierce wind, but the sound of his mother's cries fills his ears, and that propels him forward. His tiny paws are no match for the deep snow, but he pushes himself, desperate to find help. The cub races through the white wilderness, the wind biting at his fur, the blizzard making it nearly impossible to see. His heart pounds in his chest, his breath coming in short gasps. He is exhausted, every step heavier than the last, yet he refuses to stop. Hours pass, and his determination grows stronger. Every instinct in his body tells him that he must find help. There is no time to waste. His mother is depending on him. And then, as if a miracle had happened, the cub spots something, a figure in the distance. Through the swirling snow, he sees a lone man. The man is trudging through the storm, his head bent against the wind, his pace steady despite the harsh conditions. The cub's heart leaps with hope, and without hesitation he dashes toward him. The man, John, is no stranger to the wild. He has spent many years as a ranger, protecting the remote wilderness and ensuring that the delicate balance of nature is maintained. He's seen countless animals, but never anything like the desperate cub rushing toward him now. The cub's cry catches his attention, and he freezes for a moment, unsure of what to make of the sight. He is startled, but instinctively reaches out as the cub runs closer. The cub circles around John's legs, whimpering and crying for help. His tiny face, filled with fear and desperation, looks up at the man. John, still unsure of the situation, kneels down and meets the cub's eyes. There is a sense of urgency in the cub's gaze, a pleading that John cannot ignore. The man has seen many animals in distress, but this is something different. The cub nuzzles John's legs, nudging him in the direction of the crevasse. John, realizing what the cub wants, stands up and looks around. He knows that his training and experience with the wilderness have prepared him for many challenges, but this, rescuing a mother snow leopard from a crevasse, is something beyond the ordinary. But he knows he cannot turn his back on the cub, and in that moment, he decides to follow. John and the cub trek through the snowstorm, their footsteps the only sound in the thick silence of the wilderness. The man leads the way, following the cub's frantic movements as it darts through the snow, occasionally turning back to make sure John is still with him. Every movement feels like a race against time. John's eyes scan the landscape, his mind already calculating the best course of action. Finally, they reach the edge of the crevasse. The cub stops at the brink and looks down, his eyes wide with both fear and hope. John peers over the edge, his heart sinking as he sees the mother snow leopard lying motionless at the bottom. She is badly injured, her body twisted at an unnatural angle. Her breaths are shallow, her fur matted with ice and snow. John feels a surge of determination. John calls the rescue team on his radio, informing them of the dire situation. "I need help. There's a mother snow leopard down in the crevasse. We need a team here right away." The rescue team responds, advising him to wait for their arrival. "We'll be there in a few minutes. Stay put, John." But John knows that time is against them. "I can't wait," he mutters under his breath. The cold wind stings his face and every second counts. With determination burning in his chest, he begins to make his way down into the crevasse. Carefully, John lowers himself into the crevasse, each movement a battle against the slick ice beneath his feet. The rope feels tight in his hands, his muscles straining with every descent. The cold cuts through his clothes, but his focus remains sharp. Reaching the bottom, he spots the mother snow leopard, injured, her body twisted, barely breathing. As John works quickly to secure her, the rescue team arrives, their presence a relief. They assist him in carefully lifting the mother snow leopard, her body fragile but alive, and together, they pull both John and the leopard from the crevasse. The rescue team immediately provides first aid to the mother snow leopard, stabilizing her condition as much as possible. They then load her into the rescue vehicle and transport her to the hospital for further treatment. John visits the hospital daily to check on the mother and her cub, and both the animals grow increasingly familiar with him. The cub begins to trust John, and soon they are playing together, forming a bond. After 2 weeks of treatment and care, the mother snow leopard is completely healed. She is no longer frail and wounded, but strong and healthy once more. The bond between the cub, John, and the rescue team has grown over these days. The cub has grown fond of John and now plays around him, finally feeling safe. Finally, when the mother is fully recovered and the snow leopard cub has grown more playful, John and the rescue team decide it's time to return the pair to their natural home. They carefully prepare the snow leopard mother and cub for their journey back to the wild. John and the rescue team drive for hours through the rugged terrain, passing through harsh landscapes, until they finally arrive at the location where the mother snow leopard and cub will be released. The wilderness that was once dangerous to them is now their home again. With a bittersweet look, John watches as the mother and cub disappear into the wilderness, knowing that their survival story will continue in the wild. As the mother and cub disappear into the vast expanse of snow, John turns back toward his vehicle, the cold wind rushing past him, but a warmth fills his heart. He knows that in the frozen wilderness, a life was saved, and a bond was created that will never be broken. Through the blizzards, through the cold, through the challenges of survival, a story of courage, compassion, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her cub has been written. The wilderness may be unforgiving, but in the midst of it, there is always hope, and there is always a chance for survival.